The Genshin Impact natlan update did fail, and as someone who is a massive Genshin Impact aficionado, it really gives me no pleasure to say this. Unfortunately, the latest Sensor Tower revenue charts does show that this latest region for Genshin Impact was an undeniable, unquestionable, unimaginable, and unbelievable failure in a major way. Even though the revenue did go up slightly, the fact that Genshin is not even in the top 3 anime mobile games anymore when it launched a whole new region is a legendary failure. Anyone who thinks otherwise is just wrong. And as a huge Genshin aficionado, I just had to make this video to analyze why this update failed so badly. Now, the first most obvious reason is the boycott hooeverse movement, which called for travelers to no longer spend money on Genshin Impact. And I just think overall hooeverse got too cocky and overplayed their gay, feminist, racist agenda too much this time around. I just imagine there was some meeting where hooeverse's design team was like, okay, so we got Chaska, then this is Satali, and Mavuka. Wait, what region were we basing that one off again? Mesoamerica and West Africa. Absolutely hilarious, you all get a raise. This was a peak troll maneuver by hooeverse, and while it was funny, it did anger many on the X platform, which caused a boycott hooeverse movement. And while I initially had no interest in joining on this boycott, when I saw how much more attractive the Pyro Archon looked with a dark skin edit, I was moved over. I even hung up like 10 flyers where I live in San Francisco that people on the X platform made fun of me for, and now that Genshin natlan has officially failed, I just feel kind of vindicated about all this now. For those who are not aware, San Francisco is basically the capital for weeb tech bros. This demographic is a golden goose for anime mobile games, as weeb tech bros have dispensable income and nothing to do all day while pretending to work. Like, let me just show you all an example of an IRL weeb tech bro acquaintance I have. This idiot has multiple C6 travelers, is AR-57, doesn't do Spiral Abyss or the new theater thing, and even turned his world level down from 8 to 7 because he's just so unapologetically bad at the video game. Let's look at his hooe tile. So max level, R1 weapon, 2 set gladiator, 2 set pale flame, that's creative, C6, and 2 crown talents. This right here is a peak retard, I mean peak Genshin Impact traveler. This weeb tech bro who summons a C6 hooe tile, her weapon, and double crowns her, only to equip her with physical artifacts and then proceed to struggle in the overworld, is the key demographic for anime mobile games. That is, retards with too much free time and money who are bad at video games. Anyways, my point is, my flyers targeted a key demographic, and I reckon I did around $50,000 in profit damage to hooeverse. And considering there were other proud San Franciscans who were also hanging up flyers around the city, I think it's reasonable to assume the profit damages were in the millions for just this city alone. This financial destruction will go on until hooeverse makes its Pyro Archon its more attractive black alternative. Now, besides the boycott, the natlan region is just bad in general. Natlan has obvious inspiration from the Pokemon franchise, and it spectacularly manages to not borrow a single good thing from that franchise while inheriting all its bad things. Similar to modern Pokemon games, this region just makes you feel like a tourist and not an adventurer. Throughout the story, you and your retarded floating baby companion, also the fact that Paimon still is allowed to speak and hasn't been killed yet is just an utter disaster. But throughout the story, you're just dragged from location to location to spectate these idiot natlandites take part in their festivities. Every location just doesn't look natural whatsoever. Honestly, the whole region just comes off as a Disney theme park tourist trap. Basically, the vibes are just awful. And then the really good things about Pokemon, which are the Pokemon battles and general collection, are not implemented at all. Like, I was expecting something like what Star Rail did for Ethereum Wars, or at least maybe a shitty Palworld ripoff, just something with some sort of monster collection mechanic. But no, the mechanic is you just become a Pokemon to complete some brain-dead children puzzle. Like, it's so shit. And the last reason natlan is such a failure is for its atrocious traveler designs. None of these travelers look appealing whatsoever. They look like white women cosplaying for a Discover Africa event taking place on their college campus, and then she's just in a biker outfit for some reason. The current banner traveler, Mualani, is in particular very dorky looking and unattractive. And honestly, I just have no idea how she bested Deha in a poll I ran on my channel. Like, honestly, I just want to find those who voted against Deha and personally visit them and release a swarm of angry wasps into their rooms to sting them repeatedly for an hour. And like, I don't want to do this to cause harm, rather I figured this would be a very quick way to perform some sort of acupuncture therapy. And eventually, one of those stings will hit the perfect acupressure point that will fix whatever's wrong with their brain's neurons. Then finally, they'll realize that Deha is leagues above, majorly ahead in a major way, majorly above Mualani. It's like not even close. That said, I do think the positive online reception for Mualani is fake engagement of a bunch of Hoyoverse bots, and Hoyo is known to bot things in the past before, so it's not that surprising. No one I know in my real life like this hoe, no one in my Twitch chat like this hoe, and the AI software I tried agreed Deha is superior. I guess what really bothers me about Mualani is that everyone is now claiming that Deha is finally good because of her, but every Mualani guide I see places Deha to support her, and that is not okay. I will not subjugate my Deha to support a hoe whose weapons are children water toys. Deha is a fierce and strong warrior, and is considered a legend among the Eremites for her might, passion, and conscientishness. Deha is the most powerful traveler in this video game.